Hey everyone! No, this isn't the horror channel. This is just me without makeup. It's been forever since I did a tutorial, so I figured I would do one today. And someone had asked me if I would show them how to use the Essence Forget It Concealer Palette, because sometimes I'll say all three colors and they wanted me to demonstrate how to use this. But I'm just going to do a full-out tutorial using some other products that I have here. When I went shopping for June, hi June, um, one of the things that I bought for her as the package that I'm sending her is the Wet n Wild palette in Silent Treatment. Now I know I'm a day late and a dollar short on this one because I know a lot of you already have this palette, but it's gotten lots of hype on YouTube and it is so pretty, and I can't believe that it took me this long to get it. But I bought one for me and one for June. Hers is already on its way on a plane, probably flying over to Ireland. But anyways, these are the colors that are in it, and it looks like sort of a peach highlight color, and then like a light brown or taupey color for the lid, and then the outer corner crease color looks like a sparkling brown. So this should be interesting. I have not used this palette yet. This is the first time that I will be using it. And I also wanted to try out my new Essence Silky Touch blush in Adorable. And this is a really pretty peachy, light peach color. So those two products are new to me, have not used them before. And then I'm also going to use some products that I've shown you before. So let's just get started. And the first thing I'm going to do is, my face has already got moisturizer on it, and I did use EOS lip balm on my lips already. So Makeup Forever HD foundation, and my color is 115. And you know, this comes in a nice pump and everything, but you can't like unscrew it, because what I was thinking is when I was done with this, maybe I could take a foundation that doesn't have a pump and pour it in here and use the pump, but it doesn't unscrew, so that is unfortunate. I'm going to use my Sonia Kashuk flat top synthetic brush, available at Target. Love this brush. Don't know how I ever lived without it before. And I'm going to do 3 pumps, 1, 2, 3, which I have found to be the exact right amount of product. And I'm just going to dip my brush in there and go to work. Some people say that this foundation doesn't have good coverage. I beg to differ. Because look at what this is doing to my skin. Look at how great that is covering the redness. I think it's got great coverage. So I just do small circular motions. Sort of a cross between circular motions and brush strokes. And yeah, 3 pumps is perfect. Just make sure that's all blended nicely. Okay. Then I'm going to take the Essence Forget It Concealer Palette, and this is at Ulta, if you're in the United States. And it's got three colors. It's got this peachy color, which is a corrector for under your eyes. Just take a little bit on your ring finger and just blend it right into those black circles if you have them. If you don't have them, you don't need this. And the reason why I use the ring finger is that has the least amount of pressure, because that area under your eye is really delicate. And it's very easy to rub too hard. And the last thing you want to do is rub too hard on that area and cause more lines, wrinkles, whatever. But this is just for the darkness. Okay, I'm just going to put just a tad bit more on there. So this covers the darkness and brightens the area. And you want to bring that right up to the lower lash line so that you don't have a big color change. Okay. Now there's also a green color in here. The green is for redness. This time I'm going to use my index finger because I'm going to work on my chin. So I'm not concerned about using a lot of pressure in that area. So I'm just going to blend this green into my chin. Try to tone down some of this redness that I have there. So wherever you have too much red on your face, you know, it's going to be different with everybody. But my problem is definitely my chin. And then this brown one here, or tan, whatever color you want to call it, beige, that would mainly be used for blemishes. I don't have any blemishes, but sometimes I am annoyed by my freckles. So I think I'm just going to put a little bit on any areas where I see freckles. Just blend it in, and that's just going to fade them out a bit. It's not going to cover them completely, but it's going to make them a lot less noticeable. Okay, that's good. Next I'm going to use my Essence Shimmer Powder in Prettylicious. And I'm going to use, for a brush, I'm going to use my e.l.f. powder brush. Just swirl that in there and just work that right in. Basically doing it the same way that I did with the foundation, combination of swirl motions and strokes. And even though when you look at this powder, it looks like it has tons of shimmer in it, when you look at it like in the light, it doesn't translate that to the face. Okay, now, what I have found works well for me is to use that same brush that I just used for the powder for my blush. And this is Essence Silky Touch Blush in Adorable. And this is a very subtle color. It's like a pale peach. And it's not an expensive blush, so chances are it's not going to have a lot of pigment, so I put quite a bit on the brush. Now, there's all different ways that you can do blush placement. I find that this is the way I like to do it. I like to start about here and then sort of work it up. And then I just kind of look at it to see, like I always end up with too much on that side for some reason. So then I just go back and put a little more on this side. And yeah, this is not noticeable at all. But you know, sometimes that's what you want, is like a really natural look or finish. And I just realized that I forgot to use my Ico cream. You have to put that on before the powder products. You can't put a cream over powders. So I guess we'll skip that because it's too late. Normally I would put this on after the foundation, but before the powder. So we'll have to skip it today, but I'll just show you. I do use this every single day too. I just take a little bit of this. I'll just show you the technique that I use without actually using it, but I just take a little bit of this with my finger, and then with highlight you want to go across. Whenever you apply highlight, whether it's to your face or your eyes, you want to go in a horizontal motion. So I would normally go right across the top of my cheekbones horizontally. Same thing if you're applying eyeshadow. You're going to be highlighting the brow bone. You're going to go horizontally under the brow bone. So that's something to keep in mind. And by the way, in case you're wondering, where did I get that from? I was reading an article online where they did an interview with a makeup artist from Chanel, and they happened to be talking about that in the article. So that's my source for that. Okay, so with the shimmer powder though, you know, I may not need the additional highlight. So the next step is the eyes. And I'm going to use Urban Decay Primer Potion only because I'm trying to use this sucker up. These things last forever. I don't know if you saw the video where I showed that you can take that little rubber stopper out to get more product. Well, usually after you take the rubber stopper out, you get about maybe 2 more weeks worth of product left, but I'm still scooping product out of here. You know how long I've had this thing? Way too long. Too long that I really shouldn't be using it anymore. So, we're going to scrape bottom on this thing and put on some of this. And it's so concentrated that you really don't need much. I put it all over the eyelid, and then I sort of blend it outward and upward. So you don't have to go crazy with this stuff. Okay, so that's all over the eye area. Now we're going to try out this Wet n Wild palette in Silent Treatment. Okay, so let's see. What I usually do is I start with my MAC 224 brush. And I like to do the highlight first, which is this pretty peach color. And even though Wet n Wild shadows are inexpensive, they're usually very pigmented. So I'm not going to go crazy putting too much product on my brush until I can really see what we're dealing with here. Yeah, that's really, really pretty, really subtle. Peach, I wouldn't normally think to use peach for a highlight color, but I like it. I don't think I've ever tried that before. Or if I have, I've forgotten about it. Oh, yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, and then next, I'm going to use my MAC 239 brush, and this is the white one. By the way, the only difference between the MAC 239, the white one, and the MAC 242, the goldenish color one, is this one is for powder products, this one is for cream products. Okay, so then we're going to use the 239 for this taupey brownish color here. Put some of that on. Wow, that is really, really pigmented. And I'm just gonna pat that on my lid. Oh God, what a gorgeous color. I am so glad I picked up this palette. Now see, if I hadn't been going shopping for June, who knows how long it would have been before I picked this up, because I've been so into the nail polishes lately. But I'm glad I got this. Time for some new eyeshadow. Oh, what a beautiful color. I love it. So June, if you are watching this, you are going to be getting this palette very, very soon, amongst other things. Okay. So I've got about the right amount, I think, on my lids of that color. Now what I normally do is the brush that I used for my highlighter, I usually use this also for the outer corner and crease, because it just had like a very light color on it. So I usually just like dust it across my hand like that, because it's really not gonna maintain the residue of the super light color, because I do like this same 224 brush for the crease and outer corner. So anyways, we're just going to take a little tiny bit of this brown sparkly color, just a little bit, with a very light hand, because Wet n Wild dark colors are usually very pigmented, and a dab will do ya. And we're just going to dab that in the outer corner, and then sort of brush it backward into the crease. Concentrating on this outer corner area. I like to do sort of a V-shape motion. Just going to take a little bit more now, and then work it into that V end crease. Concentrating most of the color on the outer corner. You don't want to put too much in that crease. Okay. Now, believe it or not, I just usually take my fingers and wipe away any that's down too far. Just like that. I suppose I could see if you use like a cleansing cloth or something like that, you're going to end up removing your foundation too. So that's why I don't do that. Or if you use cotton ball or something like that, that can actually take it off too. So the best thing is to try to keep it away from that lower area so that you don't have to do that. I don't know how I feel about this color. You know, I love the highlight color and I love the lid color, but I don't know that I'm wild about this crease color. I do really like the highlight and the lid color though. I think the problem is I think I might have put too much on this other eye, because this one seems to be turning out a lot better. So, what can we do about that? Well, I could take some of the lid color and blend it into the crease. Yeah, let's do that, because I really like the lid color. Okay, you can't see what I'm doing, but I just took the brush and sort of just wiped it on a paper towel a little bit. Yeah, let's blend some of that lid color into the crease a little bit. Ooh, now that's creating an interesting effect. I told you this was the first time I ever used this palette. Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Alright, let's do the other eye. Alright. You know what we could do? We could use the crease color as an eyeliner instead. Well, actually, we did use it in the crease, but then I just kind of merged it with that other shadow. But yeah, let's use it as an eyeliner. That would probably be better in terms of color. Okay, I'm going to use my smudgy brush from these are the Samantha Chapman Real Techniques brush set that I got. I like this for using eyeliner. Okay, so let's take some of that crease color. And I'm going to go right directly under the eye with this. And you might, I'm sure you're noticing right now that I don't use eyeliner on my top lid because, see, right now, like, I'm holding this part of my eye up, but if I relax it, it comes down, and they call that hooded. So this skin right here sort of rests on top of my eyelids and closes that area off. So I don't want to make that area any smaller than it already is, so I don't put eyeliner on that lid because then it's going to make that space look even smaller. So I always just use my eyeliner underneath. And I'm not going to take that all the way over to the corner. I'm going to stop pretty much parallel with where the white is. That's about where I like it. The great thing about makeup is, you know, you can do whatever you want. But if you don't have hooded eyes, then go ahead and use eyeliner on the top, because it is pretty, but it just doesn't look good on me. It really closes off my eyes. So I like to put the definition on the bottom. Yeah, this middle color is much better for an eyeliner. It's way too dark for the crease and outer corner for me. Okay, now I put a little too much there, so I'm going to take a Q-tip now and just go underneath this and just take a little bit of this excess off. So I put a little too much there. You can also use the Q-tip to blend. Okay, and next I'm going to use Estee Lauder Magnascopic Maximum Volume Mascara. I love this mascara. This is definitely the best mascara I've ever used. Really great stuff. Okay, this is the point at which I would fill in my brows. I'm going back and forth lately between two products. The Essence Eyebrow Designer in light brown is one that I use. And then the other one is the Revlon. Where is it? Hello? Well, I guess we're using the Essence because I don't see the Revlon one. Oh, here it is. Revlon Color Stay Brow Enhancer, and this is one of those waxy kind. I think this looks way more natural, but the Essence one fills in the blank spots better, so it's kind of a trade-off. Yeah, I think I'll use the Revlon one then, because it does look more natural. So the place where my brows need filling in is right at the beginning. They're very empty at the very beginning. Camera shut off it, so must have gone more than 10 minutes. Oh no, this video is going to be wicked long. Alright, I'll try to talk fast. So anyways, yeah, my eyebrows need filling in right at the beginning is where I seem to be missing the hair. I don't really know. I think that's caused just from age. As you get older, your eyebrow hair starts to get sparser. So be very careful that you don't overpluck your brows, because you don't want to make that problem any worse. So you may not want all that eyebrow hair now, but when you get older, you'll wish you had it back. And I just need a little bit in the rest. But I definitely concentrate it on the inner section. Okay. And all that's left then is the lips. So I'm gonna, of course, use my Catrice Lip Designer lip liner in Nude Rose that June so kindly sent me, but I'm not going to use the lip brush. Okay, this is the end we want. I'm just going to line my lips. If you live in any of the countries that sell Catrice, I strongly recommend you get this. This is great. And if you don't, if you live in the United States, buy Essence products, because if the company that owns Catrice sells a lot of Essence, maybe they'll bring the Catrice over too. Let's give them some more business, so maybe we'll have access to all the Catrice stuff. I don't know if you follow me on Twitter or not, but I tweeted to Essence. I follow Essence on Twitter. So I tweeted to them this morning and I said, you know, what are the chances that you guys are gonna sell Catrice in the United States at some point? And they didn't answer me, so I guess that means no. Okay, now, some people like to take the lip brush and sort of blend out the liner to make it a little less harsh. If I did that, I would probably mess it up. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to like purse my lips to sort of blot it out a little bit. And then see where it just extended down just a tiny little bit too far? Just take my finger and run along that line. Okay, so I'm going to use MAC Shy Girl lipstick. This is a cream sheen finish. There is any number of lipsticks that you can use with this lip liner. It's multi-purpose. And I'm going to use Revlon Super Lustrous. Yeah, Super Lustrous Lip Gloss in Nude Luster. It's been around for a while, but people seem to like it. I don't know about you guys, but I like sponge tip applicators for lip gloss as opposed to brushes. I think brushes are harder to work with, but it's very much a personal preference. I've heard people say the exact opposite. And that is it. And I think this look is, you could wear this anywhere. It's neutral, and it's got just a slight amount of dramatic effect to it without being over the top. And I'm looking at the eyeshadows, and I think at this point I would brush off my 224 again and just maybe blend these eyeshadows out just a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Especially this one just needed to be blended a little bit more. Okay, so that is my Peachy Taupe tutorial. Yeah, because we used pretty much peach taupe and just a little bit of brown, but the brown ended up being for the eyeliner. But yeah, I like the crease a lot better muted down. That brown was just way too intense for me. But then, you know, it depends on your coloring too, because I'm so fair that I just don't look good with the super dark colors on my fair skin. Well, at least I don't like them on there. But if your skin is darker, then that brown might look great on you as a crease color. So you have to kind of tailor it to, you know, your coloring. So that is it, and I hope you didn't mind this tutorial, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.